Welcome back to Canucks franchise mode. We're in the off season now, guys. I initially was going to do the draft lottery, and then I completely forgot. But I will reveal it to you, and it'll be very exciting, and then we can all experience together where we ended up in the draft lottery. But we have a couple orders of business to attend to first. Number one. Thank you for watching. If you just started watching, if you subscribed, if you liked, all that good stuff. And then there's like 80 of you that watched the first video. Thank you so much. I'm like I said, I'm very new to this. Okay, so I'm gonna get better. This is gonna all become better. It's gonna become a lot more exciting. It's gonna become a lot more enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. Anyways, gonna be a lot more exciting. But that's our first order of business. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you are continue enjoying, please like, subscribe, tell people about it. That'd be great. All that good stuff. We have a couple of things we have to do this week on our franchise mode. I don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing or if it's going to be like twice a week thing, but we're going to upload as often as I can. But the four main things we have to do today. Number one, we got to draft some kids. Number two, we got to sign some kids. Number three, we got to hire some old guys. And number four, we got to maybe trade some kids. Got to maybe trade some guys, okay? So we're going to have to keep that in mind. We are going to do this. We are going to hop into the draft. First, let's take a look at our draft class here. I want to see sort of what we're looking at. As we talked about last time in the last episode is Igor Kvasha here, who is a 5'9 center. Ooh, a little voice crack. 5'9 center, playmaker, medium franchise potential. This guy is unbelievable. This guy would be incredible. Similar to Nathan McKinnon, he's NHL ready. Second win at Lessie. So basically, he's just like a sick puppy on the ice. He's just basically, you get out there and you play against this guy and you're winded and you're dead, and he's just going to torment you all night long. Up next, we've got Ivar Stenberg, who is a real prospect in the game. Obviously, this game does not have Gavin McKenna or Keaton Verhoff, which is unfortunate because both of them were in the last year's game, but since they went to college hockey, the collegiate programs are not included with the game. EA, get it together. Why do we not have this yet, EA? Nonetheless, not a big deal. Ivar Stenberg is basically the best prospect from this latest class anyways that is in the game. So he is an option. Left-wing playmaker, comp to Patrick Kane, which is kind of fun. So maybe a guy that gets a little bit exciting in like the way that he can move the puck. Next up is a auto-generated guy, Timofey Semenov, who is a Russian goal scorer. Elite speed, skating is really good. His shooting category, I assume, is going to be insane. Guy Lafleur, similar style. I don't know how much I actually buy into those similar style comps. But then we've got looks like Zachary Campagna, who I'm assuming is of Italian origin. And up next is Ryan Lynn, who is a absolute wizard offensive defenseman. So that could be somebody that we look at too. Right now, as it stands, you know what? I might as well just jump into the draft just so we can take a look at this. But rounding out, we've got Belshitz, Rubrek, Bjork. I am going to have a better scouting system for next season. I'm going to sign some better scouts. I'm actually going to put a little bit more effort into our scouting department in the next draft. And we have more picks for that draft. So this one is just to kind of get things started and to kind of get things on a roll here. But we are going to hop into this draft and see what we're looking at. So I obviously know what it is already, but I forgot to show the lottery. So I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully you can forgive me and know that I am being honest when I say we are drafting where we are, and I did not restart the game so that I could get a better pick. We do have the second overall pick. We actually have the second, and thanks to Minnesota, we have the 12th overall pick. So that's from the Quinn Hughes deal. Here's my thought process. I really like the top end of this draft. I would like to get some more quality at the top of the draft because we, I believe, have 4 first-round picks. So that includes number 2, number 12, number 23, and number 27. We also have 35, 99, and 131. We could use 35 as a trade chip to potentially move up. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, well, Ottawa's probably not going to trade out. Boston could. Boston could be an interesting one. We could look at Detroit. We could also look at Chicago, because I would like to move back into the top 5. I like the top 5 of this draft. I don't know if I'm going to make a move with St. Louis, because I think St. Louis is going to be like in a full-blown rebuild here, and San Jose, I don't really want to trade with a divisional rival. You know, I understand that that's something that does happen in real life, but I'm going to pretend that I am a GM that has a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't want to help out the other guys playing in his division. He doesn't want to be helped out by the other teams in his division. He wants to be a lone wolf. And the only lone wolf he's working with, as a lone wolf, he's working with guys in the East. He's working with guys in the Central, but not guys in the Pacific. So, we have a very important decision to make here, because we're gonna go to our next pick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sim to pick 2. We did not get Kvasha. We did not get the top center. So sorry, guys. We are gonna call a timeout though, because this gives us a little bit more time to take a look at the draft and potentially make a trade. So we really got 3, 4, 5. Who do I want? Well, I really like Stenberg. I really like Semenov. Both of these guys could be a lot of fun. I also like Belshitz. I also like Rubrick. So Rubrick is comp to Eric Stahl, 6'4". Belshitz is 6'5", power forward. It would be really fun to have a power forward on this team. Ivar Stenberg is really good. Like, he would be a lot of fun. I've never gotten him in this game, so I don't know if he is as good as what we think in real life. And when it comes to NHL, everybody knows right-wing sniper archetypes are usually pretty damn good. They're usually guys that will score a ton of goals. Why is it still an Ivar Stenberg? See, this is the problem with this game sometimes, is it does not catch up. So Semenov, elite speed, skating, hands. Oh my God. We have a very big decision to make. But before we get to that, we have to take a look at what we can potentially get. So let's take a look at Boston for a second. So Boston's got 3rd overall. What does the value look like if we go 12 and 27? That balances out pretty well. They are a conservative buy. Ooh, maybe we can make this work. Do they potentially want any players? Could I trade them Garland and 27 to move up? Because they are... Because I do want to move... I was going to say this. I do want to move Connor Garland. I think I'm going to move Connor Garland. And the reason being... And I know I think I spoke about this in the last episode, which I said that I did not want to move him because he has a new contract kicking in. Now, the problem with that thinking is that Connor Garland apparently is being looked at as potentially a player to be moved out of Vancouver. I could be wrong in that. I could just be reading stuff online, but I feel like I've heard that a couple times, like on Twitter and stuff. So I'm going to look at trading Connor Garland before his no movement clause kicks in, because his no movement clause kicks in literally in a week. So we are going to trade him. Boston is a team that is a conservative buyer, so they would potentially look at trading him. I'm not going to cheese the system. I would go 12 overall. I know that is still not totally great value for Boston. I'll throw them my 2nd as well. And then I will take back... They would be moving back if they gave me their 2nd. I'll take back like a 3rd. So they give me 1, a 3rd, 12, 35, and Connor Garland for 1 and 3. Before we do that, let's take a quick look at something. Will Elias Pettersson potentially waive his no move? Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to try. No, he will not. Okay. That will not be happening today. We will not be moving Elias Pettersson as we speak. But we are going to look at making this move here. So 12, Garland, 35 for 3 and 65. This is kind of cheesing the system a little bit, but I still think it's like somewhat in the vein of realism, maybe. No, it's really not, but do I do this? Do I try and make this move happen? Screw it. We're pulling the trigger. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. We got the deal done. Okay, so we got 2 and 3. Okay, so this is fun. This means that we get 2 stud forwards going forward that we can use. I'm going to draft both Ivar Stenberg, and I'm also going to draft Timofey Semenov. We are running it back. The last time 2 and 3 were traded was for Henrik and Daniel Sedin. Sorry, I think what did they have? 3, and then they moved up to 2 or something like that. Anyways, we've got both of these picks. We are selecting both of these players. Stenberg, 77 overall, left-wing playmaker, and Semenov, right-wing sniper, 80 overall. That brother is pretty much ready to play in the show as we speak. We're going to simulate the 23 overall, and we are going to take a look at what's available here. So we've got Duguay, Reed, Volchenkov, Rogowski. Now, I don't love to draft CHL guys that are near sort of the back end of the first round. I just feel like they're not very good typically. But I'm going to look at, so we got Carter Stevens here, Villeneuve, Hurlbert's actually had a really good season in real life, but I'm not going to take him. I'm kind of tempted by this Vorobyev guy. 1 year away. So that tells me that he's pretty good right now. He's probably like a 70. And he could be like long-term our number 2 left defenseman. So we're going to draft Vorobyev here. I know that it might be a little bit early, but I think I'd like to make this move. Unless we can... Could we potentially trade out of this pick? Does anyone want this pick? I'm assuming no buyers want it. Let's take a quick gander. It looks like it's just sellers want the first round pick because I don't want to get away from our plan. Our plan is we got to rebuild. Okay, no, I'm taking that defenseman. I'm taking that defenseman right now. So we are going to go... We could also go Chase Reed. I've played NHL enough to know what Chase Reed turns out as. Do we still have 27 as well? Screw it. We're just going to draft 2 defensemen. We're going to take a couple defensemen, and we're going to go from there. We're going to grab Chase Reed, Sue Graham, medium top 4 defenseman. Offensive defenseman, I'm not totally psyched about it, but it's fine. And then we are going to grab Kirill Vorobyev. 66 overall defensive defenseman. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun, honestly. I got 2 over 6-foot defensemen. One's an offensive defenseman. The other is a left shot defensive defenseman. That's fun. I kind of like that. All right, we're going to simulate to pick 65 and see what we got available. I'm not going to have very many picks in this draft, and that's fine. I don't really plan on selecting very much. I just want to kind of get out of this draft as quick as I can, and then we're really going to focus in on next year's. Because that also does have Landon Dupont in it. However, I don't know how good he's going to be because I'm not playing with adjusted rosters. If that's something going forward that you guys would like me to do, then let me know and we can maybe take a look into doing that. But right now, I'm just playing with the standard EA rosters they have right now, which is the updated ones as of, I think, like January 10th or something. What do we got here for guys that are... Peeperin looks pretty good. I mean, he's got just, it's 2 bars, elite low. Ugh, I don't want to take another defenseman. That's a lot of defensemen we're taking. I guess we did take 2 forwards. Oh, whatever. Why not? Let's take Juho Piperin. That's fun. Medium, top 4, low. That's not horrible, but it's still not great. Okay. And we got no gems, I don't think. No gems. Okay. That's once again, that's going to have to go into where we adjust for our next year's sorry, I'm all over the place here. That's what we're going to have to focus on that when we do next year's scouting. Okay. We're going to take a goalie here. We're going to take Nikita Kondratiev. I really like this Punanov's guy, but I'm that worries me. That 1 bar high elite, that scares the hell out of me. We're going to go Nikita Kondratiev. Medium starter is okay. Not ideally what you want, but we'll take it. Punanov's is still available. Medium, elite, defenseman, whatever. Just let's see what we got here. I mean, we're just throwing darts at the board here. I mean, medium top 4 is not bad at all. Okay, we're going to simulate the rest of the draft, and then I will see you guys on the other side here. Okay, re-signing phase. Let's take a look at what we got to do. Okay, so for one, we're going to have to trade Tyler Myers this year. I think we're going to hold on to him until the deadline, but we are going to trade him at the deadline because he has a modified no-trade clause, $3 million on the books. As long as he doesn't regress too harshly, we should be able to get decent value for him. I'm going to sign Semenov, Timofey Semenov, and I'm going to sign Ivar Stenberg. So those 2 we got. I'm also going to sign... actually, I'm not going to sign Reed. I'm going to let Piperin... So I don't like to give contracts until about 70 overall. So I'm going to hold off on signing Piperin. And then I've got this Dervin guy. You know what? This guy's a 68 overall. Kieran Dervin. Never heard of this player. And I'm usually pretty heavy into prospects here. But we're going to sign Kieran Dervin. So he's added. Agostino's another guy we'll just kind of let sit for a while. So Vorobev, Reed. No, I'm not going to sign either one of them. We'll just let them sit and we'll let them develop in their leagues that they're currently in. And then I'm going to give a longer term extension to Victor Mancini. So I'm going to enter negotiation with him. All right, so let's see what we can do here. What does he want? Wants 2 years. I'd like to go 5. Let's see what a 5-year deal with Mancini could be. Would he do an extra 250? That brings us to just under 2. Okay. I don't want to do 5 years. We're going to do 4. We're going to try 4 here. So we're going to go... I'm going to improve this offer. And we're going to go an extra 250. Okay. We got this. 1.9 times 4 for Victor Mancini is probably going to get it done. So we are going to buy only 1 year of UFA status, but I think I just don't want to worry about my bottom pair, and it seems like Victor Mancini is like kind of already ready to be sort of a top 6 defenseman for us, or a bottom pairing defenseman. So if it means keeping him around and we just kind of like don't have to worry about it going forward, then that's great. I'm going to qualify Lucas Reichel, but I think I would like to move on from him. I might. We'll see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of the rest of these guys signed, and then we will move on. Oh, my goodness. There are so many goalies here. Why does Vancouver have so many goalies in their system? Medvedev. Okay, we knew about that one. Koskavuo. Yeah, oh, my God. I knew about Tolopio, or however you pronounce it. I knew about him because he did play against the Oilers not that long ago. So we're going to get rid of Patera. We're going to let the... Okay, well, we don't have to do anything with goalies. Okay. I'm going to re-sign a bunch of these guys, and then I will see you at free agency. Okay, it's free agency time. Let's take a quick look at the free agents. I'm not going to make a big splash today. I currently have $19.678 million in cap space. And the top of the free agency list, we've got Rasmus Anderson. Looks like he's the belle of the ball. Asking or expecting a 10.3 times 4 deal is crazy, but I guess 29-year-old right-hand shot defenseman and he's basically top pairing. But we will not be going after Rasmus Anderson. Neither will we be going after Patrick Kane or Nick Schmaltz or Evander Kane. Ideally, what I want to do is similar to what I did last season, which is I want to bring some guys on for like 1-year deals if they're available, or 1 or 2-year deals that I can take advantage of putting them in a really prominent position so that I can potentially move them for assets at the deadline. First and foremost, I want to take a look at the younger players and see what we got available. I usually like, is Antonio Strange good, or Strange, or however you pronounce it? Oh, Ivan. I love Ivan. Just mainly just because of his name, Ivan. Pretty fun. He can't really take draws, so I'm not sure I'm going to make that move, but he's only 23 years old. That's not bad. I'm going to sign a... I think what I want to do is I want to get a goal scorer. I want to get somebody that can play down in the AHL and be kind of like, I want to build like a stud AHL line. So Samuel Fagemo would be great. So he can go down there, or Fagemo, or I'm usually pretty good with pronouncing names, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not the best. We're going to also look at bringing in, I don't really have anybody that's going to cook right now in the AHL. Which kind of sucks, but we're going to go Alex Barré-Boulet. He looks pretty damn good, so we'll bring him on. He can go play down in the minors. I like that. Let's get a right winger, and let's take a look, actually, before we do that, I want to take a look at the trade block, because the trade block is the way that actually shows us what we need. So we don't need defensemen. We're good on defensemen. Oh, but is that gonna include all the CHL guys? I'm not sure. Worst case scenario, we can always just like make a trade for somebody, or sorry, not make a trade, but we can sign somebody afterwards. Getting a couple of wingers would be a good idea, though. So probably grab a couple of right wingers. Contact the GOP, why don't we? Where are we going here? Okay. Oh yeah, free agents. So we're going to go down to right wingers here. I want to get just a couple of smaller, like, non-consequential players. But once again, I would like to get AHL studs. We're going to go Graham Clark here. He looks pretty good. And then we'll also get... We have, like, a super high puck skills guy down here that we could grab. I've always, it's probably a very random player to love so much. I love Vinny Hinostroza for some reason. I've always loved him. I have no reason to, but I've just always thought Vinny Hinostroza was like super underrated, even though he's not that good. We'll grab Ollie Lixell. Sure. That works. Okay. We got 44 contracts on. We got $20 million in cap space to play with. I think we're probably fine to go into the season. Let's do one quick look and see if there's anything I might want. I'm not worried about my defense right now because I'm going to make the Tyler Myers trade at the deadline. So I don't really care about that. What I want, though, is I want to see if there's a decent player that I can give a 1 or 2 year contract to and juice them up. Jack Roslovic would be a really good idea. Really damn good player. Can play on our top line. 49 points in 82 games with Edmonton. Who do I have up there right now? I currently have Besser up there, hey? So, Bjorkstrand would be another interesting one. Bjorkstrand would probably fit really well. You know what? I'm just going to let the young guys run it. I think I got some good young guys down there. And worst case scenario, if we want to sign somebody at the end of free agency, then we can do that. But I just want to let some of the young guys we got around, I want to see what they can do. And then that way, when we kind of come into this next era, we're not signing up and bringing in guys that are going to sort of block the way. Because who knows, maybe somebody develops a hell of a lot easier when they don't have a vet on a 2-year deal in their way. So what I'm going to do until then is I'm going to actually, while we're at it right now, I'm going to upgrade the scouts. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then I will come back at the beginning of the next season. I'll show you the team, and then we'll probably end the episode there. We're just going to do like a nice short one today, and then we'll see how everything looks. But I'm just going to take care of the scouts right now, and I'll see you when the season starts. Okay, we got Lukas Reichel back. Hooray. Yay. Let's take a look at how this team looks going into next season. So we're going to edit lines. Actually, no, let's go, before we do that, let's just completely just go to roster moves. And then we're going to see how it kind of looks here. So I would like to see here, we're going to go down here. I'm going to send Barré-Boulet down. Barré-Boulet. Oh, I forgot we got Linus Karlsson up here too. So I'd like to see what we got in Aatu Ratu. I'm probably going to send Semenov down right now, even though he is probably ready. I'm just going to send him down just so we can sort of see what we got here. I'm going to... Ooh, I'd love to call up Leckermacky. I think I'm going to call up Leckermacky. Then we're going to go... We're going to send Max Sasson down. And then I think that's good. Oh. Let's take a look here. Okay. I want to see what we got going on here. So I've got Pedersen. No, Ross. Okay. So DeBrusk, Pedersen, Besser. That's a sick line. Rossi in the middle. Leckermacky. Oh, hell yeah. Leckermacky at an 81 overall. He's going to look awesome on that second line. With Rossi and Hedel. Can we throw Reichel up there even? No, we might as well keep Reichel down there. I know I said that the long-term plan was to probably put Liam Ogren on the wing, but I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued right now to at least just try him at 3C. Mancini, we gotta find a spot for. Oh shoot. Yeah, we're kind of hooped here. I think we gotta trade Tyler Myers like now, so that we can get Victor Mancini in here. So okay. I know I said that we were going to do this and we're probably going to end this very quickly. We're not going to do that. I'm going to actually run Victor Mancini playing with Zeev Buium is probably not the best, but we're going to run with this, and then, or maybe we'll run Buium down here. We'll do that because I don't want to put Tom Willander on the second, or Vilander, as apparently he was called on the Oilers broadcast. But Buium with Hronek, Mancini with Pedersen, Pedersen with Willander. We'll trade Tyler Myers right now because he didn't drop, it looks like. And okay, so now we've got Hedel, Rossi, Leckermacky, Karlsson, Ratu. Do I want Ratu taking draws? Yeah, actually, that works perfect. Karlsson can be on the right. Drew O'Connor can be down there. We can let Ratu play down there. Reichel with Ogren and Höglander. And then my AHL team is going to be nuts. We're going to go Barré-Boulet, Stenberg, and Semenov. We'll go... Or do I go Sasson? Is Sasson a better fit up there? Sasson, maybe? Instead of Barré-Boulet? Okay, we'll figure that out afterwards. Let's make this Tyler Myers trade right now. We're going to go... Okay. Let's get this deal done here. So, Tyler Myers, we've got 84 overall, top 4 defenseman, medium top 4 defenseman. Modified, no trade. What do we got here? Bruins, Flames, Blackhawks, Blue Jackets, Red Wings, Kings, Penguins, Leafs. Let's send him to... God, he's got 12 teams he can be traded to. Okay. He feels like... Who is it that I saw? Oh, Trevor Connolly. Let's go... Should I send him to the Leafs, maybe? Leafs don't have a good pick, do they? Oh, God. I kind of want to wait until the deadline, and then I can trade him for some... Actually, that's what we're going to do. I know I've changed my mind like 4 times. We're going to scratch Victor Mancini, and we're going to trade Myers at the deadline, and then we might be able to get a late first for him. So we're going to set it there, and we will check back at the start of the season. We'll start the season. We'll go to the deadline. We'll get through all of that, and we'll do all of that in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell people about it, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.